March is here and there's been a lot going on around town. Parents got a chance to ask questions about public kindergarten. Ellen Harde took the next step towards opening a muffin cafe. Give us 30 minutes and we'll let you know everything going on in Westford. From Forge Village to Parker Village, it's time for WestfordCAT News. We begin at the polls as Westford voters took part in the Super Tuesday presidential primaries. On the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders narrowly edged out Hillary Clinton by 275 votes in Westford, although he couldn't duplicate those results throughout the state. For the Republicans, however, Donald Trump had just over 600 more votes than Ted Cruz and nearly doubled Marco Rubio's 880 vote tally. While several campaigns had supporters outside the polls, Trump's supporters were the most common.
I believe in a lot of things that he says, and I think they would be great for our country. A lot of the, I don't know the words I want to say, a lot of the things he talks about during his speeches, and the things he stands for, I believe in.
4,571 voters cast their ballots for the Democrats, and 3,884 voters went for the Republicans. Meanwhile, 8 voters participated in the Green Rainbow Party presidential primary, and 30 took part in the United Independent Party primary, even though that race had no candidates. Closer to home, Westford's Dennis Galvin defeated Lowell's Jordan Geist to become the first Middlesex District GOP state committeeman. Galvin lost in Lowell, but did well elsewhere in the district, especially here in Westford, where he won by a 10-to-1 margin over Geist. Westford's Georgianne Magaha was defeated by Groton's Sheila Harrington in the GOP State Committee women's race. Westford's town meeting is just a few weeks away, and the town meeting warrant is now set at 27 articles, ranging from acceptance of town reports to banning styrofoam in local restaurants. The selectmen and other town committees still need to make recommendations on the articles, including a revote on the controversial World Flag petition. Conceived by Westford's Chaitanya Hirmath, the world flag is described by its supporters as a non-political, unifying symbol of support for Earth's ecology. Hirmath asked for the town to agree with the principles of the flag in 2012 and 2014's town meetings, and he's coming back one last time. The selectmen were deadlocked 2-2 on a recommendation regarding the flag and will vote again this month. In their late February meeting, the selectmen also took on 2 other pressing items. The first was an emergency move for the Recreation Department after their offices at the Town Farm building were found to be unsafe. Recreation Department Assistant Director Sandra Hobby and Parks and Recs Committee Chairman Casey Caviston urged the selectmen to begin planning for a new permanent home. Hobby estimated that a new facility meeting the identified needs of the Westford residents would cost approximately $7 million. While the selectmen showed empathy to Rec Department's situation, a permanent facility was seen as a more long-term discussion, particularly due to the fiscal strains from the proposed Boston Road Fire Station.
I'm not in favor of trying to reopen the warrant and put something in here. I think it's rushing through something that we're not ready for. I think getting you guys out of there, getting some lease space for either short or medium term, whether it's 7,000 or 22,000, and having thoughtful discussions about the work that you've already done. Because from the last meeting, I think there's, a pretty wide gulf in what some of us think the town needs and what others think, and I think we need that input from a whole host of people in town. And I think the strategic planning retreat is one great avenue, and then if we're ready for something in October, we've already got you somewhere else. You're safe and secure and clean. We've gotten some more input and some more thought, but I think doing anything else for March is just, I think we're asking for trouble.
The town is currently working on a request for proposals on building space for the Recreation Department to lease in the short term. In the meantime, they have relocated to the Rogers Fire Station, which is next door to the Town Farm building. Plan modifications continue for the proposed Boston Road Fire Station, but additional requests for funding are now seeing additional scrutiny from the Board of Selectmen. Recently, the Permanent Town Building Committee requested almost $150,000 in additional funds for various planning services on the project. Selectman Kelly Ross had particular concern with approximately $110,000 related to architectural and project management services on the combined dispatch center and proposed fire station.
You know, it seems like the project delay of the fire station is what's causing this to happen. And although it's not before us tonight, I saw in the packet materials that they're going to be asking for $70-something thousand for all the redesign work. You put them all together, it's like $110,000 that we have to spend that we wouldn't have had to spend if they'd come in with a design that fit within the appropriation, you know? So they went and designed something that was a really awesome fire station, but was way more than we could afford. And now we have to ask them to get down to the appropriation, and then we have to pay them $110,000 to do that.
The selectmen did unanimously approve the funds, excluding $8,000 for new cost estimates on the station, with Ross voting in opposition. Selectman Mark Cost noted that the expense could find that the previous cost estimates may have been off by up to $50 per square foot, saving up to $1 million on the entire project. However, Ross questioned the need for new cost estimates if it was believed that the initial cost estimates were untrustworthy. Once home to the fashion truck on Main, art on Main, Le Gourmet Jardin, and other small local businesses, 40 Main Street may be coming alive again with the sounds of commerce. Ellen Harde is spearheading efforts to bring a new muffin bakery to a portion of the building, obtaining a zoning variance in December for needed parking. In February, she went before the Board of Health on water disposal issues for the potential new cafe, tentatively called Muffins on Main. Although Harde initially was seeking 16 seats within the new business, the Board of Health felt that 10 would be a better number, given the amount of water used in things such as bathroom use and by customers and food prep. Harde appeared happy with that figure, and the board also indicated that the 10-seat amount could be addressed again in a year after tracking water usage trends at the site. WestfordCAT will have more news about Muffins on Main as it becomes available. Public full-day kindergarten will be coming to Westford for the first time this fall, and an initiative is underway to educate the public on what's coming. In a 90-minute session at the Stony Brook School, Westford School Superintendent Bill Olson was on hand recently to hear concerns and answer questions from parents related to the new program. WestfordCAT was on hand to record the meeting, and you can check it out on demand at westfordcat.org. Additional information on full-day kindergarten is available on the Westford Public Schools website. Currently, it's on the right side of the homepage under full-day kindergarten proposal. Freshmen heading into Westford Academy next fall will be given something that none of their peers have ever been given before: their very own laptops to use during their 4 years of high school. Recently, the Westford School Committee approved new Chromebook devices for all incoming freshmen as part of the school department's ongoing technology plan. The Westford Public Schools Director of Public Learning, Julie Beaudreau, was joined by Assistant Superintendent Carrie Clary and Westford Academy Principal Jim Antonelli in a presentation on the new devices. Westford Technology Department Director Mike Wells also provided information on upcoming bandwidth upgrades that would make use of the devices feasible. In addition to the new devices, a new help desk class will begin where students will be taught to fix and maintain their peers' damaged Chromebooks. The items will be paid for by tuition from 14 new non-diploma track foreign exchange students from China. And now we'll hear from Superintendent Bill Olson with the Superintendent's Update.
Hi, this is Superintendent of Schools Bill Olson with another brief school system update. Lots of activities going on in the Westford Public Schools at this time of the year. Recently, our Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Carrie Cleary, with Julie Beaudreau, our Digital Learning Specialist, along with Principal Jim Antonelli and Town Technology Director Mike Wells, made a presentation to the Westford School Committee on our One to World Technology Initiative. Under this initiative, we would be bringing some exchange students in from other countries, primarily China, and the revenue received from that exchange program would be used to buy Chromebooks for our incoming freshman students at Westford Academy. It's an exciting program. It's our opportunity with alternative funds to bring more and more technology to our students, to integrate that into the instructional process, and we're looking forward to that very much. I want to thank Adam Gagney, also a business teacher at the high school, along with Principal Jim Antonelli, for really running with my goal this year of bringing more entrepreneurship and innovation to the high school in particular, but also to begin to develop some lessons leading towards more creative thought and innovative thought in our students. Mr. Gagney uses $30 to give to each student of his own money, so that totals really between $350 and $400 each year that Mr. Gagney gives to his students as venture capital to have them develop interesting, innovative, entrepreneurial products, services. Two of the students gave a demonstration to the school committee last Monday night, and it was fascinating. And so I want to thank Adam for his commitment to our students and for educational excellence in the school system. Adam is also working with his students to participate in the Babson Boston Cup. There are about 10 to 12 teams from high schools across the state. We're one of those few number of school systems that really wants to invest time and energy in innovation and entrepreneurship. Two teams from each school participate in the Babson Boston Cup. They will make a presentation of their product or their service that has some applicability and purpose and social purpose to making a better world. They'll present that to both staff and industry experts and students. Winning team will receive $1,000 from Babson College. We recently had kindergarten registration. The registration brings lots of parents in who are interested in not only half-day programming, but for next school year, each of the primary level buildings, as you may or may not know, will have one full-day kindergarten class per K-2 school. And so we're looking for lots of interest in attendance in full-day kindergarten. The Westford Academy Theatre Arts Program, and as you have always heard me say, I think the best theatre arts program in all of New England. We'll be presenting to the New England, Massachusetts Education Theatre Guild at the State Festival again. They won the preliminary competition a short time ago, and will be entering the semifinal round in Sharon High School on Saturday, March 19th. And so we wish them well under the direction of Mike Towers and his colleagues. Just outstanding things happen in our theater arts programs. So thank you. This is Bill Olson. Hope to see you next time.
And coming up next is the Town Manager's Update with Assistant Town Manager John Mangiarotti.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's installment of Town Manager's Update. We are deep in the season of getting ready for town meeting. Town meeting is on April 2nd, and the selectmen are just finishing up taking positions on all the articles that people will be considering on that day. There are 27 articles. It should be a full day, and it may even go into a second, depending on how much debate there is. There's a lot of interesting things that people should take note of. We're talking about the town farm building and what to do with that in the future. Our rec department has a request to get some more space and a new place to set up their operations. We have our budget, which is balanced as proposed, which is great news. Hopefully there's support for that. And we have a few citizen petitions, one related to a world flag proposal. Another one is related to a proposal to ban the use of styrofoam, certain types of styrofoam in local businesses. And so it'll be interesting to hear the discussion on that topic. If you have any questions about the town meeting, please contact the town manager's office. We do have a webpage set up with information about articles, and the finance committee will be sending out their finance committee booklet in the mail. So look out for that. When you get that, that has the warrant in it, and it has all the information about every article and the budget. So take care and enjoy this beautiful weather, and we'll see you in a few weeks at town meeting. Thank you.
Westford's weather this spring is getting a little crazy. Let's see what Joe Seppi has to say for the forecast for the upcoming week.
Hello, Westford. This is Joe Seppi with the weather forecast for the second week of March. Here's what is coming up. On Saturday, mild but periods of sunshine. A warm high of 60 and low of 41. On Sunday, mainly cloudy and mild, a high of 59 degrees and low of 36. Be ready for some warm weather, but not a ton of sunshine. A dreary week is heading our way. On Monday, cloudy and colder, dreary with PM rain. A high of 47 degrees and a low of 36 degrees. On Tuesday, chillier with a couple of showers possible. A high of 50 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. On Wednesday, clouds and sun and not as cold. A warmer high of 57 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. On Thursday, cloudy, a high of 58 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. On Friday, a couple of showers possible, a high of 62 degrees and a chillier low of 41 degrees. That was the weather for this week. Have a beautiful, warm week, everyone.
And now it's time for our next health tip with our own Rekha Sharma.
Hello everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Today I'm going to talk about pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are packed with protein, fiber, potassium, magnesium, and omega-3. They are a rich source of phytonutrient and antioxidant. They are anti-inflammatory and improve heart health because of the presence of magnesium content. Reduces stress as they enhance restful sleep and serotonin production. They reduce hot flashes, headaches, joint pains, and postmenopausal symptoms. They may help to improve insulin regulation, which can help with anti-diabetic effects. So add some pumpkin seeds in your diet to get the benefits. Bye for now.
And now we have a Cameron Senior Center update with Terry Stater.
Hi, I'm Terry Stater, and I'm the Veteran Service Officer for the town of Westford. We're here at the Cameron Senior Center. And at the Cameron Senior Center, I have office hours on Thursday mornings. It's open, free form, come on in and just talk about things. And if we need to get more serious, we'll set up an appointment at my office at the Millennium. This morning, Bill and I were talking about benefits, about the Veterans Breakfast, and a number of other things that go on here. And we have a Veterans Luncheon once a quarter. The next one is March 25th. And we'll have a couple guest speakers. Sometimes we talk about benefits. Right. Sometimes we talk about just what other veterans have done. And it's just an opportunity for vets to get together with other veterans and have a social time. So the Veteran Services is here to provide you here in town. I work 5 days a week, and that's my only job here in town. So again, if you have any questions, we want people to come and talk to us about things. And we have, like I said, we'll have plenty of opportunity to share experiences with what other veterans are doing with the VA healthcare systems, as well as benefit side and compensation. And so a lot of our vets are getting compensated and are enrolled in the VA healthcare. So it's a chance for you to share or get an opportunity to hear what other veterans' benefits are available.
Vietnam veteran and commander of the American Legion Post 159, William Vulo, wants veterans to know they are always welcome at the Cameron Senior Center.
The average veteran don't like to walk forward and say they need help. We've all been in the same situation one time or another, so once they come to us, there's a lot we can do for them. All I can do is assure you two things. As the commander of the 159, we're open. Just come down, talk to us. There's a lot of us guys sitting there, and we can assist you. Believe me, we know the people to get a hold of. If we can't get a hold of them, we got Terry who can get a hold of them. We got somebody that can do this for you. All right? After 22 years in the service, it was hard for me when I got out of the service to go to somebody out there and knew nothing about what I did in the service and all that. And I know it was hard for Terry when he first got out. But after a while, we came around. You guys will too. You just got to make that one step forward.
If you'd like more information on the upcoming Veterans Luncheon or about any of the services and benefits available for veterans here in Westford, contact Veterans Services Officer Terry Stater at 978-392-1170 or stop by and see him Monday through Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Millennium School or at the Cameron Senior Center Thursdays from 8 to noon. For WestfordCAT News, I'm Patty Stalker.
Hi Westford, I'm Sarah Fletcher with a few events coming up around town. The Westford Family Fun Fest returns to the Regency, and this time it's Breakfast with the Bunny. Bring your little ones for a fun picture with the Easter Bunny, enjoy various activities, and a special buffet menu. Breakfast with the Easter Bunny takes place on Saturday, March 19th from 8 to 11:30 a.m., and proceeds go to local causes around town. You can find more information at westford.org/funfest. The Westford Business Association is hosting their second annual Town Managers Meeting on Wednesday, March 23rd. This event will feature the Groton, Tingsboro, and Westford town managers and be hosted and moderated by Tom Zupa, Day Managing Editor of the Lowell Sun. Bring your questions with you to Juniper Networks by 8 a.m. and you can pre-register at www.bit.ly/WBA Juniper Tickets. Join the latest trend in complex polychromatic artistic discovery at the Fletcher Library as they provide a night of adult coloring, complete with tips and all the supplies. The event takes place on Thursday, March 24th at 7 p.m. It's free for everyone ages 18 and up. And don't worry, you don't have to stay in the lines. Hey, coloring isn't just for kids anymore. Who will take home the title of Westford's middle school basketball champs, Stony Brook or Blanchard? We'll find out at the 6th annual basketball game and social, a fun night of hoops for the whole family. Teams are made up of faculty and students from the two schools and is sure to be fun. Game time is on April 7th at 7 p.m. at the WA Gym, and they are seeking volunteers to help out. Email Karen Wilson at klwilson3@verizon.net if you'd like to pitch in. Got styrofoam? Recycle it for free on April 16th from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the North Street Highway Garage. The styrofoam will be collected by Refoam It of Leominster. The collection is organized by the Green Action Team of the First Parish Church United. If you'd like us to announce your upcoming event, email the details to iamwatching@westfordcat.org and make sure to send it in a few weeks early.
And that's it for this edition of Westford Cat News. We leave you with scenes from the J.V. Fletcher Library, where a whole bunch of little Jedi Knights found the Force. I'm Ira Keltz, and thanks for watching.